So this is us later in the video. We forgot to preface saying that Rammstein is a industrial metal band, like all in German. So their songs are all very riff heavy. The guitars are, they use distortion guitars. It's all heavy metal music. So if now that you know that, you know what we're doing to rank these songs.
Their music's also incredibly artistic, so some songs you have to look at it from that point of view. And a lot of their songs are also incredibly ironic. And some songs they make to bring attention to things, they just do what they want to.
Right, back to the video.
Yeah. You got any ideas for the Rammstein tier list intro?
Vibes cast. Just completely ignore you. Today we're stepping away from the video game funnies and doing a music tier list. I mean, you know, why not? We're not that funny to begin with, so.
Rammstein's got its concert coming up in Texas that everybody should know about. Everybody. If you don't know about it, you smell.
Just go ahead and throw up the picture for the concert. Right there on the screen.
I mean, I can just... And then...
There you go, Rammstein concert.
Rammstein concert.
But this is my all-time favorite band. I don't know about Keith's all-time favorite.
Top 5 easy.
So we decided to, in hype for the September concert, we decided to do a Rammstein song tier list, just to hopefully get some more people introduced to such a great band, even if they don't speak German.
Even if you don't speak German, which I personally don't, great band. Love listening to their music. Great riffs, awesome writers. I mean, overall, just a great band, in my opinion.
Sexy people, like fucking shit, dude. Richard Kruspe, sexiest motherfucker alive. Throw a picture of Richard Kruspe right there on the screen.
Is this just going to be the bit throughout the entire episode? I just keep Googling the images.
Yeah, essentially. Sexiest motherfucker alive. If I don't care what everybody says, I'll die on that hill.
I mean, just look at him.
Hunk of man. As you can see, it goes from S to D. We don't think there'll be any F tiers. I mean, we hardly think there'll be any fucking C tiers.
It's just, we like this. We just like this band too much.
So without any further ado, let's just jump into it. Philip DeFranco style.
What you got to remember that whatever we put first, everything is going to be compared to what we put first. Everything is either above or below whatever we put first. So we have to find like a good starting ground, I feel like. Like something like Army de Tristan. Like,
Tristan? Yeah, we'll start there. I think it's an A tier. I think Army de Tristan is a fantastic starting song, just because of the riff, the way it starts. If you haven't listened to the song, you have to go listen to it.
We're not going to be able to.
And the lyrics are really good too. Naturally, and the lyrics are fucking amazing too. So I'd say easily it's an A tier.
Okay, fair enough. You've pled your case.
Ultier das Betten Flammensein. I think this is another fantastic fucking starting song, especially for their first album. The riff is heavy, the lyrics are a little what the fuck, but you know, that's what makes it so great, doesn't it? I mean, I feel like, especially with this band anyway, the more what the fuck the lyrics are, the more memorable it stands out.
Yeah, as we'll see with some of the later songs.
Again, I'd have to say that Voltaire Das is probably another A tier.
Yeah, I'm liking an A tier on this one too.
Yeah, then you have Der Meister.
Der Meister.
The Master.
Another one I haven't listened to.
I'd say this one is probably a B tier. Not because it's less than Voltaire Das, but because it's one that's in the back of your head when you're listening to this particular album. You're like, oh, yeah, this one has Der Meister on it, but you don't go looking for it. Not like a Voltaire Das. If you'd like to make changes to my ranking, then you can. Like what I say it goes for.
Okay. I like this. It's pretty good. I do think B tier is a solid placing for it. It's not. It's like it's heavy and there's energy to it, but they don't like mesh as well as some of their later songs, if that makes sense. Believe it or not, I've actually heard Weiße Fleische.
Weißes Fleisch?
Yeah.
I think Weißes Fleisch is an S tier song.
Yeah,
Riff
pretty good.
is fucking amazing.
I'm gonna have to agree with
Lyrics, if you don't know the lyrics, I don't know if I. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I can because I'm just talking about a song. It's about the rape of a young woman.
Yeah.
And I actually remember an interview. They were saying that a woman had actually come up to him and saying, like, "Thank you for bringing attention to such a thing," because especially in the '90s, it was that kind of thing. The whole sexual assault thing was kind of like overlooked. It wasn't as fronted as it was now.
That's why. That's another reason it's an S tier, because it just brings attention to a cause that at the time, especially, was very overlooked by just about everybody.
Agreed. Asha. Dude, okay, first off, I think that is the one song on Herzlide that I will listen to over and over and over and over again and never get tired of.
It's one of those songs that we used the instrumental for a lot in our early Gears 5 video.
Yes, because...
Easy S tier.
Yeah, I didn't have easy S tier. The riff is fucking amazing. This song, the lyrics, again, it's about, life. It's about saying everything goes to ashes. So,
yeah,
and
from ashes to ashes.
Yeah, so, the lyrics, the riff, and easy S tier.
No.
Iman is one of their first slower songs. It took me a while to get into it, but it's actually a really great song.
Okay.
It took me a while to get into it just because, like, comparatively to some of their other songs, it is slower. But after listening to it quite a bit, I'd say that Simon is easily an A tier song.
I'd say it goes between these two.
I think that's fair.
I think it's slightly better than their starter song, but it's not quite as good as their recent album's starter song. This video is going to be a lot of you saying the correct German and then me mispronouncing it and then you correcting me and then me still getting it wrong. So I'm just going to not even try with a lot of these.
That's okay.
I love the band. Doesn't mean I speak their language.
Exactly. No, I get it.
I love Yakuza's music. I don't speak Japanese.
It's fair. Yakuza video confirmed. Mm-hmm. No, not yet.
Not yet. Eventually, not yet.
Du bist so gut, dude. Again, fantastic song. That is one I will purposely seek out, especially on Herzlide. The lyrics, again, a little what the fuck. It's literally just about a predator stalking its prey. That's all it means. Du bist so good means you smell so good. Like,
yeah, like literally a wild animal.
Yeah. Riff, fantastic, even if it is a little synthesized, but I feel like that's what makes it a little great. I feel like that's what makes it great.
Yeah, I mean, people always make fun of synthetic instruments, but synthetic instruments aren't bad. It's just depending on how you use them.
Agreed. Fucking agreed. So I'd say Du bist so gut, easy S tier.
I'd agree.
Saltelide. This one also took me a little bit to get into, just because it is a little bit slower at the start. Some of the other ones. So listening to it, and especially, again, the riff and the lyrics, I'd say that's a B tier song. One that I'd seek out on Herzlide or at all.
This is another one of those songs that I haven't really listened to personally, so I'm gonna have to go with your rating on that one.
Harata Mish. This whole album is full of just nothing but fantastic songs. So, Harata Mish literally means marry me. It's about I think it's about somebody dies and he goes to dig up the grave and marry that dead body.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, you do you, King Slay.
Short King.
Short Kings.
Oh, I've always been a fan of, like, weird music. So, I'm not saying, I'd dig up a body and marry it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the fact that chose to write about something so, like, what the fuck, especially in the 90s when that wasn't acceptable. One of the reasons I love this song so much.
Still not acceptable, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe a couple hundred years ago.
The riff to the song is one of my favorites ever. This song in concert is fucking fantastic. Okay. And the lyrics are really good. So, for me, easy S tier.
Sounds like I'm listening to it now, and this album was the first music they released, if I'm correct.
This was their debut album.
Okay, yeah, this sounds like the first song they really experimented with synthetic sounds, interesting riffs. It overall sounds very good. And
you don't speak German.
Next is Herzlide.
Herzlide. This is another one of those songs that it's the album song, so definitely recognizable. And I love the riff, and the lyrics are okay. I mean, it's a simple heartbreak song. Like it's a song about heartbreak. That's what Hazelhead means, heartbreak. But this isn't a song that I actively seek out to listen to neither.
Yeah, it's weird when you do like sad rock or sad metal, because the only real way to make a metal guitar sound sad is to kind of make it detuned a little bit. And that detuned sound can sound good, but I don't think it sounds all that great for the entirety of Herzeleid.
That said, I think it's an A-tier song.
Yeah, I don't think it's a horrible song. I just wouldn't. It's like it's one of those things that you have to listen to when you're in an artistic mood rather than just like listening to music.
Agreed. I'd agree with that. Like Zeit, this is a song about incest. That means spawning season. Not even joking.
I've never heard that. I've never heard this song before. I'm listening to the start of it now, but that's a way to be introduced.
First, I'll just read you the lyrics to the first verse, in English, of course. He loves his mother, and from the side the fish gives itself to her. He loses his skin before he empties his balls. The old skin falls under the floor. He loves his sister from behind. The fish eats towards the mouth, the gills sucking towards... Gills still bloody from sucking, oh big red eyes. It's literally a song about incest. All that said, lyrics, S tier. Riff, S tier.
I mean, it's a tier list about weird music. I mean, I don't know what else they can expect.
Isn't it? And I mean, you know, it's different from it's different for the people watching, because presumably they aren't listening to these songs alongside when we're ranking them.
Yeah. If we could, we'd. I mean, God knows that we would. But
yeah.
Unfortunately, the copyright gods of America have chosen to not make that possible.
No fair use, whatever, you fucking benders. No, we listen to these songs regularly, and you know, we know what they sound like and know what they're going for with the sound. So it's different for us ranking rather than, you know, the people at home just hearing what the song is about, but not actually listening to the song, if that makes any sense.
It's like they're hearing somebody try to describe music to a deaf person.
Yeah, exactly.
The next song is the Rammstein song.
This one, I'd have to throw an A tier, not because the lyrics Rammstein is about the Rammstein air disaster back in the 80s. Like 70-something people died. The riff is really good. Seeing the song in concert is amazing. Like literally, the lead singer Till straps a backpack himself, shoots fucking flames. It's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, flamethrower backpack.
I mean, come on.
I mean, Flammenwerfer.
So, Flammenwerfer, no backpack. Fuck it.
Flammenwerfer backpack.
Yeah. But with all that, I'd say that it's an A tier song.
Yeah, I'd put it before C-Man.
Yeah, I'd agree.
These older songs. Once we get further, Fire Raider, I think is how it's pronounced.
Okay.
The older albums are going to be ones that I haven't heard. Clearly.
I haven't heard this one either, so you're gonna have to. This is gonna be yours. Okay, so after listening to it.
Yeah, I'm listening to it right now, and I'm reading the lyrics in English. So okay. From the looks of it, the lyrics are about basically being a dog. I mean, it opens with "Put the collar on me, then I will go on my knees and start to bark. The pain is great like never before. Open the cage and I'll be amongst the stars." I wouldn't call it a BDSM song because it's not like a sexual thing. It's like feeling entrapped and wanting to be set free. The riff is great. Lyrics sung pretty well. Overall, I'd say it's probably an A tier song, but that may be just because I'm only able to hear the demo version of it. Did you look it up to it?
I listened to a little bit of it, and I'd agree it's an A tier song.
Yeah. More right there. I think that's fair placement. The next song is Wilderwein. Also a song I haven't heard.
I don't think I heard this one either.
Interesting. They only have the demo version of this one on Spotify too. Oh wait, no, they don't. They have a newer release of it. It opened very differently than the last song. I was wondering why. And I'm reading the lyrics, and the lyrics are. It's about lust, but not without intense romance either. If that makes sense. It's about an encounter with some wild wine, a significant other, and a castle.
Oh, so like fairy tale romance, kind of.
Yeah, yes, exactly. That's why the piano is so whimsical sounding in the opening. It only has very few lyrics. Fuck, what are they called in the paragraphs in poetry?
Stanzas?
Stance, yes, that one. I took AP Literature and couldn't remember that.
The paragraphs, poems.
It only has 3 or 4 technically stanzas, but one of them is just the same lyric repeated 4 times.
I listened to a little bit of it, and I agree. The piano, the keyboard for it is whimsical. Lyrics are good, but this isn't one I'd seek out, so I'd say it's a B tier.
Yeah, it's long. The lyrics are not. They're far and few between. It definitely sounds like something that you would hear playing in the background of a castle, if that makes sense. Like if you were watching a movie about a castle, it would be something that you would hear in the background when the king is like going to bed or whatever. Maybe even during a sadder part of the movie or something. But
I'd agree.
I don't think it's a bad song. I actually like it. I don't think it's necessarily better than any of the songs we've put up here, though. So I'd have to put it low B tier.
Yeah, I'd agree. All right, now we're into Sehnsucht. This is one of my favorite fucking albums from them.
So good. And this album starts off with Sehnsucht, believe it or not.
Would have thunk. Easy S tier song.
Easily.
It's a Sehnsucht means desire or longing. It's literally a song about sexual frustration, not having sexual needs met.
This is gonna be a very top-heavy tier list.
Probably.
Especially as we get further on as well.
Probably. Oh, fucking absolutely. Holy Christ. But the lyrics, fantastic. The riff, one of my favorites ever written by Richard Kruspe, the hunk of man you saw earlier. It's another song they perform live that's always fucking fantastic to see. Which is why, for me anyway, easy S tier song.
I'd agree. I like the overall sound of it. The setting that it sets in my mind is interesting, if that makes sense. I hear music and I see like landscapes.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. And sometimes with some songs I hear like battle scenes because there's part of me that's that stick fight kid from forever ago. But you know.
Yeah, I'm the same way. So
next up, I don't know how to pronounce this word, but it looks like angel with an E.
Engel. It literally means angel in German.
Okay, I figured. One of their most famous songs of all time, though.
Literally one of the most famous songs.
I definitely think it's deserved. I mean, there's a reason that it's more famous than the other songs, and it's because it's just overall good.
Agreed. You'll hear the word riff a lot, but that's because
they're an industrial metal band.
Yeah, so like the riffs are a big part of their songs.
We probably should have prefaced the video with what Rammstein's about.
Yeah, they're the industrial metal band.
Anyway, back to business.
So I love the riff. I think it's pretty one of the best that Kruspe has ever written. Whistling in the beginning of the song, I love, because it makes my birds sing along with it. Not even kidding, like the song will come on and my birds start whistling with the song.
Maybe he can get a video of that later. Throw that up, maybe.
I don't think they will, because they're all dickheads.
If not, we'll cut this part out of the video. But yeah. High
lyrics,
A or mid S for me.
Say mid S tier.
Yeah, but which of these songs do we want to put it between?
I put it behind Du Riechst so gut, in front of Heirata Mish.
Tier, just like the list we're making.
So, tier means animal. Song. Yes. It's literally a song saying that people are nothing but animals.
Which is true.
What they're singing about. I love this song. I only just recently started listening to it because I was, just looking for more songs to put in my playlist. The riff is fucking fantastic. Lyrics are, well, just that. He's saying that people are nothing but animals. All that said, I wouldn't put it in S tier. I would put it like mid A tier.
Probably before Rammstein.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Next up, Bestreif mich, which is actually a song I haven't listened to, I don't think.
Bestrafe mich. It means punish me. This is one of my favorites on Sehnsucht. If I remember correctly, which I do, want to make sure. Bestrafe mich is literally a song about BDSM.
Oh yeah, so there was that song about being a dog that wasn't BDSM earlier, but this one is about BDSM. Okay, fair enough.
So it's punish me, straw becomes gold and gold becomes stone. Your size makes me small, you may be my punisher. So that is a song about BDSM. This is also one of those riffs where like you hear it and it gets stuck in your head like all day. You just hear this riff just in the back of your head. Which is why I'd place this song like mid 8 S tier. Behind Heirata Mish.
Let the record show that Steen likes BDSM.
It's
anyway,
true.
Moving on.
That was a joke. Don't.
Don't. Next up is one of the all-time greatest songs ever, Du hast.
This song is literally the reason that Rammstein is so fucking famous. High S tier.
Easily the top of S tier.
Easily. Fucking the lyrics. It's literally a song about a woman who wants to get married, but the man doesn't. It's the song is wedding lyrics, but the man is saying no to them, like wedding vows, but the man is saying no.
And just the riff is so heavy and good, it will stick in your mind for weeks after you listen to it for the first time.
Agreed. And the song in concert, one of the best experiences you will ever have.
And the bass is great. Everything is just, the drums carry great energy with them. And the bit that we had on the channel before, I'll probably throw it up on screen.
Keith, do you hear that?
I do.
Is that Rammstein's Du hast one octave higher than it should be?
Oh, it is. We got to get out of here, man. That's bad news bears.
Music is, not Rammstein itself. I love Rammstein.
The Keith played Du hast, but it's an octave higher.
It's one octave higher than it should be.
Yeah.
This song is honestly one of the best songs to ever exist.
We had that Du hast, but an octave higher joke in mind for like weeks before we even started playing Gears 5.
Weeks
like,
before Keith even listened to Rammstein, so.
No, we listened to Rammstein. It was like just Du hast that we listened to together though.
Yeah.
And Mein Herz, which is another song that's coming up later.
Easy S tier song, top of S tier. I don't see that one getting dethroned just for a little while.
Yeah, at least for a little while. There's a few songs I'd place above it, but for now I think that it's top. It's the king. Next up, Buch dich. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't know.
Dish.
I was close enough.
This one I listened to last night. This one literally means bend over. It's a song about sex.
Yep. A lot of Sehnsucht is about sex.
This song, seeing it in concert is fucking amazing. They don't play this song in concert anymore, but whenever they did play the song in concert, Till, their lead singer, would wear a big fake dick and just like spray the crowd. You know, it's so funny. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's weird." I'm like, "Well, that's what makes this. That's what makes the song so great. That's what makes the concert so great." I mean, you don't see any bands today. Don't see any bands today doing like completely fucking off the walls stuff. There's not a lot of bands that whose stage is ready to fucking blow up with fireworks.
I was showing my younger sister some of the pyrotechnics that they have.
It's literally the craziest thing ever. Like the fact that they even do it is fucking insane.
There was one part in the video that I was showing her where they fired off like a cannon during Du hast, and the fireworks from the cannon shot outwards, exploded, shot back inwards towards the stage, and then the stage erupted in fire.
Yep.
Like, it was insane.
These guys are like the best concert to ever see live. So like, if you can get tickets, like, go see them. They'll be the best concert of your life.
That being said, Buch dich,
Dish,
probably low
Stay
S tier.
Low S tier, yeah.
Probably right behind Bestreif mich.
Agreed, yeah.
Spiel mit mir. Song I actually haven't listened to.
Spiel mit mir. This one is it means play with me. If I remember correctly, I'd have to look up the lyrics. I'm pretty sure it's about getting a hand job from your brother. Okay, so this is just the intro. Share a room in bed. Dear brother, come and be so kind. Dear brother, dear, come touch me, slide closely to me. It's literally a song about getting a hand job from your brother. It's not sung in a way that's just like, oh yeah, you know, incest. It's sung in a way of like bringing attention to familial incest in a way that, in the sense that, you know, a lot of people deny that it's happening. That makes sense.
Okay.
Oh, you know, he's not doing that, but it's sung in a way saying like you know, oh, but this does happen, and people need to be
Aware of
like,
it.
all that said, like beyond the lyrics, the riff is really great. I'm pretty sure it's a drop D for all you guitar people out there.
Despite my musical prowess, I'm actually not a guitar person. I do agree that it's pretty good.
The moment those guitars kick it,
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing.
All that being said,
That said-
I'd say it's probably high A tier personally.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's just my personal placement of it, and Steen's personal placement of it now is chosen for it to be. Next up, Clavier.
Javier, that means pianist.
Spotify can't play this right now. What are you?
This one isn't one of my favorites on Zenzucht. Not saying it's a bad song, but one isn't one I actively seek out to listen to.
May actually be our first C tier.
I agree. Yeah, it's a rather forgettable song.
It's not that it's bad. It's just forgettable. It sticks out in a weird way, but not in a way that makes you remember it. It sticks out in a way that you stub your toe on it every so often, and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a fair description of it.
It's gonna be our first C tier. Next up, Alterman.
To man, that means old man.
Yes.
Old man, just like a me.
Yes, Steen is notoriously old, 54, as we know.
Yeah, canonically speaking.
Was it 54 or 50? It was 50 something. I can't remember.
It was 52.
52. Yeah. Well, for all they know, 2 years could have passed from when we recorded that last episode. So.
Probably. Fuck, it feels like it anyway. Alterman, I feel like this is probably gonna be another B tier song. Because it's a forgettable song like Clavier.
Yeah.
But because I don't think it stands out more than Clavier, but I don't think the riff on it is I was gonna say on par, on the same. That's gonna be the same thing. You know what I'm trying to say? It's different than all the other things we have in the S and A tiers.
Not subpar for the general riffs, but subpar for our personal comparison's sake. Because there's difference between just giving something a subpar and giving something subpar for comparison's sake.
Yeah, so I'd say it's another low B tier song.
I'd say I liked Valdervine more than it, and I liked Clavier less than it, so I'd say that's a fair placement for it. Eifersucht? I don't know how to pronounce that word.
Eifersucht.
Sometimes the CH is a K sound, sometimes it's a Ch. Who knows?
Eifersucht. It means jealousy. It's just that. It's a song about jealousy. This is actually one of my mom's favorites. My mom loves this song.
It's one of those songs that you could have as like an alarm tone if you just had the intro for it. It's like catchy enough.
I really love the riff to it. I think it's super catchy. Like you hear it and you'll hear it all day. It's just in the back of your head. So I'd say it's a low S tier song for me.
I think I liked Sehnsucht more than it.
Yeah, I definitely like Sehnsucht more than Eifersucht.
And then Küss mich, which I believe means kiss me.
Exactly, it means kiss me. This isn't one I listened to actually, so I really don't know anything about it.
I'm listening to it right now.
Yeah, I'll let you rank this one.
Oh wow. I actually really like the way this one opens. You gotta listen to it right now, please.
Alright, hold on, let me see.
Just listen to like the first 30 seconds of it at least. That's so
Woo-wee.
good.
Holy shit.
It's a really
that's going-
good song. This is an S tier.
Yeah, I'd agree, that's an S tier song. Holy shit.
Oh my god.
Listen to that song, people. Like, holy shit.
I think I like
the riff-
Asha Zuasha more, but that's...
The riff to it starts out great, But
How would I describe that sound if I'm trying to look it up on Google? I want to play it for the people.
it's like a Bugs Bunny sound effect. I'm adding that to the playlist. Holy shit, that was hilarious.
Let me see if I can find it by looking up the Kusmish sound effect.
That was literally it.
Let me see. Is it coming through on here anywhere? Oh yeah, it is.
That's what's played in the middle of the riff.
I'm gonna have to look up this one because I have never heard this song. Das Modell.
Literally means the model.
Yeah.
This one is fucking fantastic song. The beginning's in French actually. Like it's just French subtitles. French lyrics. It's like he's presenting.
It's like a French speech.
Yeah. It's I don't know how to say it in French, but in French he's saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are honored to present to you the new Rammstein collection." Then right after like the speech and then a little bit of the goofs and gaps from the band, it goes right into the riff. The song just starts.
He does something, makes them laugh. They're all laughing, and while they're laughing, they're like, "Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-da-da." You know,
Yeah.
Pretty good actually.
Yeah, it's a really good song.
I wonder if when they play this song in concert, if they like pretend to jump off the stage or something. Like, whoa.
That'd be pretty funny. The riff is really good. I like the lyrics of the song. I'd say it's a high A tier song.
The riff's not better than like something like Engel, but I think it's better than Spiel mit mir personally. Next song is Cocaine. Bet you couldn't guess what that song's about.
You sure it's a really difficult one to translate?
They'll never know. I've gotta listen to this
Say this one is like a low B tier song, personally. It's another one of the songs I don't actively seek out to listen to.
But yeah, no, I agree. Cocaine, I think I liked more than Wilderbein, but not more than Das Alt-Leid. Next up, Stripped, which is not a song I've heard before.
This one is easily in my top 10. No, that's a lie. There are other songs that are in my top 10. But this is a fantastic song. It's a cover from the cover
top
from
10 is like 50 songs large.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Anyway,
this one
continue,
is
please.
a cover from song Depeche Mode. For anybody who doesn't know who Depeche Mode is, they're a band from the 80s.
Thank you for the clarification. I actually have never heard of them.
So this is their cover of that song. I love this song because it is so different from the original. It is a complete like 180 turn in terms of style and everything from the original song from Depeche Mode. And it's all in English too, so you guys can go out and listen to it even if you don't speak German.
Well, you can listen to any of their songs if you don't speak German, but this one especially.
Just for the fact that it's so different from the original, I'd say it's a mid S tier song.
I think this might be a fair placement between Bestreif mich and Buch dich.
Now we're on to the Mutter album.
Yes.
Mutter album. This one is easily in my top 5 favorite album. Just favorite albums. And like the amount of songs that are in my top 10 on this album is fucking insane.
And to
This
start
one-
off this album, first couple songs might actually be contenders for the throne.
Agreed. Oh, fucking agreed. Mein Herzbrennt, which for anybody who doesn't speak German,
My
that's gonna be a lot of you.
heart burns.
Literally, that's what it's about. It's a song about dealing with nightmares and childhood stuff. This is another one of my mother's favorites because, and I agree with her. I love this song. This song is easily in my top 5. The mixture of the string instruments and the distortion guitars, lyrics, the setting of the music video, how the music video was shot, all of it, like, highest S tier song, like above Du Hast.
I agree. For me, the next song is actually what makes this tough because I know personally Mein Herzbrennt, like it. Du Hast is fantastic, but Mein Herzbrennt blew Du Hast out of the water.
I'd agree, yeah, especially with the incorporation of the string instruments. I mean,
Yeah.
there are so few bands that can do that right, that can do it and have it sound good anyway.
And then the next song, it actually makes it tough for me because these two songs are two of my personal favorites.
Agreed, this one's also in my top 5. Links 234. This is literally a song, it's a political statement. You know, they wrote the song when they were accused of being extreme right. They were like, "Fuck you guys, we'll just write a song about us being extreme rightists, extreme nationalist."
They were like, no. If we were extreme rightists, this is what we'd sound like.
Exactly. If we were ultra nationalists, this is what it'd be. The riff to the song, one of my absolute favorites. I think of this song all the fucking time.
Me as well.
The lyrics, awesome. This is another one of my mother's favorites. Like anytime it comes on, like she's fucking singing it.
The lyrics, the riff, the drums, the music video, it's just all fantastic.
The music video is within itself like what the fuck, because it's all ants. It's all ants marching in place. It's
going to war, baby.
Exactly. And for this, like Keith said, the song makes it so difficult, but I think I'd say anyway, I like this song more than Mein Herr's Brennt.
Yeah, it makes it tough, but if it's tough, I guess that ultimately just means that we don't want to let go of Mein Herr's Brennt and think that this one's better subconsciously. And now for Son.
Anna.
Yeah.
This one means sun, like the sun, not my son, the sun.
The sun, yeah, like the big ball of fire in the sky.
Yeah.
Or for your flat earthers, the big lamp that gives us light.
Fucking idiots.
Fucking knobs.
This song is another one of those that you'll hear the riff to it and it'll be in your head all fucking day. Like you will be listening to something else and then it just comes back to you.
It'll transform into the song.
Exactly. Lyrics, it's literally saying like, "Here comes the sun." It's a song about the sun.
Like I always say, every time I see a Chihuahua, I call it the dog filled with the wrath of 1,000 dying suns.
That's about right, to be quite honest with you.
That's been my joke that I've been using in my personal life recently, that I've been like, why don't I say that on YouTube?
Well, now you have. Let's go.
Let's go, the baby.
You know you have to throw a picture of the baby now that you do that, right?
Yeah, I mean it's only appropriate. I mean, what we introduced the baby when we were introducing the Rammstein instrumentals.
That's fair. That's fair.
They
It all
go hand in
ties.
hand. For me, this is a high S tier.
Yeah, I'd say it's behind Du Hast.
I was gonna say I like it more than Weiss of Flight. I like it more than most of the S tiers up here, but not more than these three. Ishville.
Ishville. This is Ishville means I want, not I will.
Yeah.
To all those people that don't speak German.
Another great
The
song, honestly.
This one is also a social commentary. This one is about media's need for a good story and how someone can become famous for something awful, for something terrible.
Cancel culture.
Essentially, yeah, but appropriate.
Yeah, well, I mean, cancel culture is appropriate sometimes. They jump the gun a lot of the times.
Really?
But like,
you think?
With Keemstar, I mean, they didn't cancel him hard enough. But I mean, the cancel culture was appropriate there.
That within itself, like the whole cancel culture thing is a video within itself.
Yeah, I have my own personal thoughts about whether or not it's actually appropriate and whether or not mod rule is actually a good thing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think that certain things have their place, and I also think that dethroning somebody because they made one mistake is stupid. But some things aren't always mistakes, and it's complicated. It's a video essay on it, so maybe we'll talk about that later.
Ishville lyrics are so memorable. I mean, let me read you guys off some of the lyrics. English, of course. So I'm not just gonna read off German lyrics to a bunch of people that don't speak German. And if you do speak German, then good for you. It's, I want you to trust me, I want you to believe me, I want you to feel your eyes, I want to control every heartbeat, I want to hear your voices, I want to disturb the peace, I want you to see me well, I want you to understand me. The music video within itself is fucking fantastic. The music video is them robbing a bank. And then rob the bank because they want to be famous. So that's why they do it. It's literally a social commentary. The lyrics, the riff, the music video, all of it, all that combined. I'd say it's in front of Sauna.
In front of Sauna.
Say it's a high S tier song.
I'll throw it up there just because I agree that it should be high S tier. I didn't have a specific placement in my mind, but in front of Sauna kind of surprises me from your end a little bit, but not a whole lot, honestly.
Me. That's what you sound like. I don't know why. I decided to just lambast you like that. Anyway,
Fire
what's
Prey.
Air Fry, I love this song. If anybody's into old movies, you would have heard this song in Triple X. This was one of their like 2 songs that was written for movies. The first one being Rammstein. Rammstein was written for Lost Highway. Anybody who's
Ow.
who likes
punched my
trivia.
desk.
Punched your desk, is that what you said?
Yeah, it was an accident. Ow. How can I be in so much pain with so much metal?
The lyrics to this song is literally just "Feuer frei" means open fire, like fire freely. It's a German military command, and the lyrics are literally just that. It's telling people to open fire. This song in concert, when they did playing in concert, was fucking insane. Like they'd have face riggings with little things that came off the riggings that they would light on fire and just shoot fire out. It's the craziest fucking thing.
That's pretty cool.
Dude, it's fucking insane.
That being said,
all that, place it mid S tier. I'd put it in front of Asha Zu Asha.
the song of the album, Mutter.
Mutter literally means mother. Like, it doesn't mean like muttering. I mean, it's mother. It's a song about a child who's born as a result of a lab experiment, and because of that, he has no mother to call his own. But Till, the lead singer, and Richard, the lead guitarist, wrote it because of the fraught relationships they had with their mothers. By fraught, I mean essentially non-existent.
It's one of the more sad songs. It's still
Absolutely.
It's still metal, but it's sad. I think the sad in this one was done better than songs like what was the song that we ranked before that was the sad? I think it was Herzlid.
Yeah.
They did it a lot better than they did in that song.
As a preface, here's the first verse of the song, again in English. Tears of the crowd of very old children, I string them on white hair. I throw a wet chain into the air and wish that I had a mother. No sun shines for me. There's no breast that cried milk. There is a tube that sticks in my throat, no navel on my stomach. So it's literally a song about being alone and having no mother. That said, fantastic song.
I'd put it probably behind Kusmish.
I feel like that's a fair placement.
I'm certain that this means player, but it's spelled
Spieler.
Spieler. Yeah.
It means music box. The song about a boy who gets buried alive and forgotten about, and all he has is its music box. How you want to interpret that, I don't know. But, you know, how you want to interpret that is up to you anyway. But song I, again, only listened to recently because I was looking for more Rammstein songs to add to my Rammstein playlist. Songs I hunt ass naked to. On Spotify, go ahead and give that a like.
The 69th song in that playlist is Sex.
That is right. The 69th song in that playlist is Sex, which is here, which we'll get to.
Soon enough.
Soon enough, yeah. The riff to the song, I really like. A lot of people, I've heard some people say they don't like it, but I really like the riff to the song. I also really like the lyrics to the song. All that said, I would place it like a mid A tier.
I think probably Rammstein still is like the cutoff point, if that makes sense. Like that's where it fits in.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Next up, fantastic song, Sveta.
Sveta, agreed. This is a great song. For anybody who doesn't know, Sveta means hermaphrodite. Song about being a hermaphrodite and loving yourself because of it, which is a very progressive song, especially for when this came out, which was 2000,
like early
2002.
Yeah,
like 2002, which is so it's an insanely progressive song.
To be fair, Germany overall as a country is a much more progressive country than America is.
That's also fair. I love the lyrics to the song just because it is so progressive. It's not even that I'm a progressive person, but I love the fact that for the time they were like, yeah, no, love yourself, be you, you know. And that makes me look bad. I'm not saying that I'm not a progressive person, you know. I definitely am.
No, it's okay. No, I understand where you're coming from. Sometimes it's okay to just be like, sometimes it's just not your fight and stay out of things.
Exactly, that's exactly
I understand that. Because sometimes if you get involved in fights that aren't yours, you end up making the fight look worse.
I'd agree. You hear that, leftists?
Yeah.
Just fucking jab at political parties now.
I mean, we already jabbed at the right, we're jabbing at the left, we're jabbing straight at the middle eventually.
Fuck you, centrists.
Eventually we're gonna, our goal of this YouTube channel is to combine the entire political compass into one broad spectrum that just hates us. That's the idea.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. In the meantime, the only thing
Our goal is to unite.
the only thing that both these sides have in common is their love for Rammstein.
Yeah, and we'll keep
So-
it to them.
One of my favorite lyrics ever in songwriting has come from this song because read it to you actually. Alright, so the lyric that I love the most comes from the third verse. It's right towards the end before the chorus. It says, "Could fertilize myself. That's why I'm not discouraged when someone says fuck you to me." It's such a power move because it's saying like, someone could tell me to go fuck myself. I'm like, I can. So, just for the lyrics and like what they're singing about, I think it's a mid S tier song.
Yeah, I'd put it probably between Ishville and Son. It's. I like how we say mid S tier and then it's like all the way.
It's
to the
almost
top
up there with
6.
the. Yeah. This is gonna be a very top heavy list, like you said.
Next up,
Next
Ryan
one.
Rouse.
And Rouse. This one is a song about rough sex.
Yep.
It literally means in out. I love this song. Like, I love all of the Mutter album. I think it's definitely one of their best.
Motor is like top 3 albums of theirs ever.
Riff to the song is great. I mean, song just starts heavy, like it just goes right into it. It doesn't fucks with you. You dig?
Doesn't fucks with you. The Fonz is out to get you, see?
Germans, they're there.
The Germans.
Despite the fact that it's a song about sex, the lyrics are actually really fucking good. The first verse is literally just 4 lines, and it's "I am the rider, you are the horse. I get on, we start riding. You moan, I tell you, an elephant in the eye of a needle." And like, who else do you know that can write lyrics like that and still have the song great? It helps the fact that it's in German, so it sounds better. But if anybody else, any English band, were to write lyrics like that, you'd be like, this is shit, But yeah, I agree. This is gonna be like a mid to low S tier song.
I think it should either go above or below Angle.
Say it's low angle, to be quite honest with you.
Do we think it's fair to say it's above High Rate Niche then?
Yeah, I'd agree.
Next up is Adios.
Dios. Okay, so the name to this one is actually in Spanish, so this one is easier for most people to understand. If you don't speak Spanish, literally it just means goodbye. This one is a song about a heroin addict who dies as a result of an overdose. This one is a little bit on the darker side of Rammstein songs.
Bringing awareness to another cause, though.
This is the first verse of the song. Puts the needle on the vein and invites the music in. Between the neck and forearm, the melody settles quietly into the bone. And it's actually towards the end. The second verse, rather. He closed his eyes, in his blood rages a battle. An army marches through his gut, his intestines slowly warm up. So, it's literally a song about someone dying as a result of a heroin overdose. I love the lyrics to the song just because it's very, it's in your face about it, It's something that a lot of people have to deal with, especially in places like the UK and some places over here in the US.
Yeah, especially in some of the
very big
areas
problem.
where we live.
Especially what's a big problem. I feel like it's a nice thing to see someone talking about it, not in a way that's
Shameful, like
gross.
shaming.
Yeah, shaming in a way, but he's saying like, yeah, this happens, and I feel like people need to know that it happens. Because it's so
Which is what
easy.
they say with a lot of their songs, honestly.
Their solo to the song, like the guitar solo in the song, is easily one of my favorites ever. I mean, it's such a simple solo too. Like, it's not even hard to learn. It's so great. Lyrics, the solo, the riff, all of it. I'd say it's a high S tier song.
I think putting it next to Zwitter is fair, just because they're up there for like similar reasons overall. Great riffs, great messages, great lyrics, just hitting all those tick marks. They should be right next to each other. I don't think either of them is better than the other necessarily. I just think that being next to each other is fair.
I'd agree.
And next up, I don't know how to pronounce this word. It's spelled like rebel with an N.
Nebel. It means fog. It's a song about love, actually. It's a love song. But it's not a love song in the sense that he's saying that he's in love with this person. It's a song about loss. He lost the person he loves.
Yeah.
Now it's the fog. Here is the first verse. They are standing in a tight embrace, the union of flesh so rich in days. Where the sea touches the land, she wants to tell him the truth, but the wind eats her words away. Where the sea, at the end, trembles, she holds his hand and she kisses his forehead. She is carrying the evening in her breast, and she knows that she must leave now. She puts her head in her lap and asks for one last kiss. It's a song about loss, essentially, but it's a love song. They're losing each other. I think, just for the lyrics alone, this is a low S tier song.
I think probably here's a fair place to put it.
Fun stripped? I'd agree. I think it's a fun stripped.
Next song is going to be Hallelujah.
This one I was never a big fan of. People love this song, but I was never a fan of this song. So for me, I'd say it's a C tier song, in my opinion. Give it a listen and see if you agree.
Let me get a good 45 seconds in on this real quick, and I'll give you my opinions.
I would like to change my answer, actually.
I'm listening.
So,
go for it.
I'd say it's actually a low B tier song. Because I listened to this song a very long while ago.
Yeah,
and
it's pretty good.
It's definitely a lot better than I remember it being. So I'd say it's a low B tier song.
I think right there is fair for it. It's not something super memorable, but it's like if I heard somebody play this in the car or something, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Next up is 5/4.
This one I haven't heard.
I also haven't heard this one, so I'm gonna look this up right now. This is like it's not a like actual full song. Basically, it's this is more of a test song. It's just him spelling Rammstein, because at the time when he made this song, there was no text-to-speech program, so he had to synthesize his own letters for that to work.
Oh,
so he spelled out Rammstein in his own synthesized text-to-speech voice, and he did it in a 5/4 time signature, which is why it's named 5/4. Okay.
It's still a rather forgettable song, so I'd say C tier.
Huh? D tier?
I'd say a C tier. Yeah.
Oh, C tier. I don't even think that. I think that D tier is more so like. I don't think it's like bad necessarily in for this list. I think that we could rename it something to make it less bad, because it's more so. It should be more so for the songs that are just like they're cool, but it's not something that I would necessarily listen to. If that makes sense. Like, even if somebody put it on in the car while I was next to them, I'd be like, bro, why are you putting this on? 5.5 minute song of somebody spelling Rammstein over and over again. Like, it's cool.
No, I agree.
It's cool for the time, but right now it's like kind of weird. So like,
I agree.
And now we're on to their next album, which is Reese.
Riza.
Oh, I did pronounce that entirely wrong.
And right off the rip, we have Riza. Yep. Which means journey. I think. So yeah, it means a rise, like a military command. I love this song. I for the longest time I didn't. I thought this song was like terribly mediocre in terms of Rammstein songs. But after listening to it, it grew on me. I love the riff. I love the lyrics. For context, here's the first verse of the song. Even on waves there is fighting, where the fish and flesh are woven into sea. One stabs the lance while in the army, another throws it into the ocean.
Yeah, it's not a bad song. I think
not at all.
It's not. I definitely agree that it's not up there.
Yeah, so I'd say it's an A tier song, like a low A tier song.
Probably there.
All right, then we have Mind Tile.
Up there.
This is Mind Tile, which is my part, which is German slang for like my penis. This one is about the German cannibalism case that happened back in 2004, 2005, I think, where two people met on the internet, and one wanted to butcher and eat somebody, and the other wanted to be butchered and eaten. This was like 2 years after I was born, so I didn't read about it until recently, actually. This song, the riff, the music video is fucking weird. Like, even by my standards, the music video is fucking weird, but I love it. I love it so much. This song in concert is fucking insane. What they'll do is they have the keyboardist flock in a cooking pot that they roll on stage, later in the song, Till, their lead singer, will start just blasting the pot with flamethrowers.
I've never
It's
actually
fucking
seen
insane.
concert visits of videos of Mantile.
I actually remember in an interview with they were doing an interview, and they were saying that they were filming another music video when that news broke, the news of that whole case broke, and Oliver, their bassist, was saying that he remembers everybody being so sickened, horrified with it, but they knew like right away they had to write a song about it. I'd say that just for this is a fucking fantastic song, easily in my top 10.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'd say it's a mid S tier song.
I think I like it more than Ash Zu Ash. I think I like it more than Weißes Fleisch, honestly.
Next song is, what is that, Dalai Lama?
Yeah, Dalai Lama.
So this one is, well, just the head monk, the Dalai Lama. This one is actually written about a poem. I can't remember the name of the poem this is written after, or inspired by rather. But it's literally about monks. He's saying that we're all brothers here. We're all together here.
Yeah.
And the riff with it is really good. So I'd say it's a high A tier song. I'd probably say it in front of Spieler.
Spieler.
Yeah.
Behind Rammstein. Okay. Kinda Lust, I believe that's how it's pronounced. I'm not sure.
Lust means no lust. He's saying that he doesn't want anything. He doesn't want any lust. So this is what Richard Kruspe, the lead guitarist, said while discussing the meaning of this song in a video. After all these years, we're full up fame, success, money. We don't want to do anything anymore. Nothing. That's what the idea of the song is. We've returned to the starting point again. We just want to make music again. We don't want all the circus that goes along with it anymore. So we meet up again one more time for one more performance just to make music. The fact that we're all fat is symbolic for excess. It's really just about returning to the beginning. Which is a great message, especially for people who live in the limelight, Sometimes you don't want all that excess stuff. You just want to back to what made you start to begin with, And I say, we work day jobs. But the riff to the song, the lyrics, the meaning behind it, music video, all of it fantastic. I'd say it's a mid S tier song.
I like the riff. I like the idea of them just getting together to return back to what they got together to do in the first place, which was to make music. I think.
I'd say it's a photo angle.
Yeah. Next up is Los.
It means go. That's get. Los means less. I'm pretty sure. Let me confirm. It's okay. So it's literally just a song saying that they're without a lot of things. So this is the first verse. We are nameless and without songs. We were never again really wordless. Still we are a little songless. Yet we are not toneless. You can hear us, and after a gust of wind it began a storm. Simply matchless, and it was timeless. I really like the song. I like the fact that there is no distortion guitar in this song. It's all acoustic guitar. I love the fact that even though it is an acoustic guitar, they still made it sound heavy somehow. So I really like the song, so I'd say it's a high A tier song. Wouldn't put it above Army to Tristan.
I haven't listened to a lot of the songs on this album, so I'm kind of letting you have your opinions on this one.
Fair.
Next up is
What's
America.
Next? America, honestly, I don't like the song. A lot of people love this song. I don't. I love what it's about. It's about the American influence on the world, like how everything is compared to America.
Yeah, like
especially
how
for
America
the time
wants
this
to be
album
the
came
world
out.
Police.
Yeah, essentially, that's essentially what it's about, and it's they wrote the song saying that that shouldn't be a thing, and for that reason alone, just for the lyrics, because I'm not a big fan of the riff to the song. Just for the lyrics alone, I'd say it's a B tier song.
I think that America goes below Hallelujah personally.
Agree? Yeah.
Moscow.
This is another one of those that I don't like. A lot of people love it, but I don't. I don't think The lyrics are very good on this one. I think the riff is very good on this one. This is one that I will actively skip over if it comes on. So for me anyway, I think it's the fucking C tier.
Above or below Clavier? Because Clavier is only in here because it's forgettable.
I think it's below.
Morgenstern.
Morgenstern. This one means morning star. This is I really like this song. I think it's definitely one of their most underrated songs. Love the lyrics, the riff. Let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spread misinformation. What am I, the right?
Me going to spread misinformation on the internet.
My favorite pastime. It's America's pastime, really.
That's what the song is about.
America's pastime, exactly. So what it's saying it's about is a girl who is so ugly that she hides it from the daylight, so it's not to scare it away. At night, she pleads with the morning star to make her beautiful. Look at the lyrics. That's exactly what it's about. But I love the riff to the song. I'd say it's a B tier song.
Yeah, I like this more than Wilder Vine, probably.
Agree? Yeah.
And this one's, hey, it's you, you. Get it? Funny.
What?
It's Steenum Steam.
Stein.
Yeah,
Steinum Stein.
I was making a joke, though. It was supposed to be
I'm
funny.
rock. You're not funny. Leave the funnies to me, damn.
No.
Okay, that's fair. Steinum Stein, it means stone by stone. Pretty sure it's about building a house around somebody to keep them there forever. Again, this is one of those songs that I love the lyrics and the riff and the writing with it. It's not something I actively seek out, so I'd say it's a high B tier song. Still, I love the song. I think it's a great song, but it's not something I'll actively seek out to listen to. I would place it behind Der Meister, to be quite honest with you.
Okay, because I have no opinions on this song personally. Like I just made the joke about the name. That's about as far as I've never even listened to it before.
I think that's fair.
Next is On a Dish.
Dish, it means without you. It's a song about loss. He lost the person he loves, and he's saying that everything, the life without her, is meaningless. It is the first verse in the chorus. I'm going into the fir trees, that's there where I saw her last. But the evening, throwing a cloth upon the land. On the ways behind the edge of the forest, and the forest is so black and empty. Woe is me, oh woe is me, and the birds sing no more. Without you, I cannot be without you. With you, I'm alone too. Without you, I count the hour. Without you, with you, I count the seconds stand still. They aren't worth it. It is a great song about loss and moving on. It isn't sung in like a melancholy way. It's almost romanticized in a way. You know, it's not something he sings about it not in a way that, you know.
It's more optimistic. The tone is optimistic.
Yeah, but he's saying that, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot without her, but he's saying that, you know, even with her, he was still alone because he's visiting the grave, if that makes sense. Again, it's almost romanticized, and I really like the song. I think it's a great song, so I'd say it's a mid S tier song.
I think I like it more than Kusmish, but less than Asha Zu Asha. The last song from the Rise Rise album is Amor.
That one, just French, it means love. It's a love song. Again, it's not a love song in the sense that, you know, that we're normally used to. It's a sad love song. So, here's the first verse. Love is a wild animal. It breathes you and looks for you. It nests upon broken hearts and goes hunting when there are kisses and candles. It sucks tightly on your lips and digs tunnels through your ribs. It drops softly like snow. First it gets hot and then cold, and in the end it hurts. Amor, everyone wants to tame you. Amor, in the end, caught in between your teeth. So, it is a sad love song. This isn't one I actually listen. Go ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't listen to this either, personally. It's kind of like a being in a remorseful love scenario, I suppose is the terminology I would give to it. Like, you're in love, but you don't particularly want to be.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's a fair interpretation of the song. That said, I don't think it's a bad song. I love the lyrics. I think any love song that can describe love in such a accurate way is a great love song. So I'd say it's a low A tier song for me.
I think I like it more than Dalai Lama. Next up,
Right,
we
now
are
we're
on
on
to
to,
the Rosenrod album.
What's the first one up?
Benzin.
Zine.
Okay.
Well, that wasn't me correcting you. That was just me saying it.
Oh well, on my end, the only part that came through was the zine, so it just sounded like you were just zine.
No. I was saying benzene. It literally means petrol. It's a song about gasoline, cocaine, things that'll fucking kill you. I guess I don't know.
Things that emit carbon footprints into the air.
Exactly. You see, let me.
Which is
confirm.
actually something that is a fairly important cause, but even statistically, if every person on Earth that wasn't, like the owner of a company was to stop using gasoline stuff and switch over to electric, the biggest companies in the world would still make up 80% of the pollution, or still make up 80% of the pollution. So, like,
let's see.
Why should I recycle when they're burning trash in the ocean?
Exactly. It says here, benzene can be interpreted as a political reference to the high gas prices being experienced in many countries around the world. Gasoline is not actually Gasoline is not actually a German word, but an English word made German. For a German chain of gas stations is called gasoline. I really like the song. The music video is fucking hilarious. They're all a bunch of bored firefighters, to the fire truck to go save somebody, and then right when they go to pull out their jump tarp so that they can land, the tarp rips. Whatever. I'd say this is a mid A tier song, in my opinion.
I think I like it more than Dalai Lama as well. I think Amor comes out a little bit higher up on that list for me personally.
On Gegen Man. This is a great song. This one's also another really progressive song. It's about gay people and how they have to live their life. It's a really progressive song, actually. I really like it. I think the riff and the message and what they're singing about, especially for the time, because I'm pretty sure this album was like 2007, 2008, roundabout.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
It's 2000. Yeah. The album came out in 2005, actually.
2005. That's what it was.
Even earlier than that. So.
Yeah. So especially in that time, whenever it was before same-sex marriage was even legalized in the U.S. My uncles are gay, and they spent a lot of their life hiding it for that reason, because they would be shunned and shamed and prosecuted for it. The fact that a band that wasn't even English was like, yeah, no, fuck those guys, be you. It's such a great message, and I love it so much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a great song. So, which is why for me it's a high S tier song. I'd put it behind Ishville, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, right here. Next up will be the album song, Rosenrot.
Rosenrot, it means red rose, by the way. For me, I wouldn't say it's a forgettable song, but it's not one that I actively seek out to listen to. And there's really not much to say about it, because it's not as heavy as some of the other ones on here. So I'd put it in the not bad tier.
Yeah, it's not something I'd seek out to listen to. It's not something I'd skip. Maybe next up is Spring.
Spring. So Spring is actually it's a fucking fantastic song. Spring means jump. It's a song about a man who goes to the top of a bridge to see the sights, and then when he gets up there, people start to gather around and tell him to jump, because they think they're witnessing a suicide.
That's not usually how people react when they're about to see a suicide. Wait a minute.
I think this is a fucking fantastic song. The lyrics, the riff. This isn't a slow song either. This is a very heavy song. So here is the third verse before the chorus. The man begins to cry. Secretly, a cloud forms. He asked, "What did I do? In front of the sun, it gets cold. I just wanted to enjoy the view." People break ranks and look to the evening sky, and they scream, "Jump!" Again, it's literally a song about a man who climbs a bridge to see the views, and then gets encouraged to fucking kill himself.
Wow, the internet summed up in a song.
That's literally the internet.
I think I read this song on a Twitter thread one time.
I think I have too, to be quite honest with you. With everything I just talked about, I'd say this is a mid S tier song, because it's so out there. It's like, you hear Spring and you know it means to jump, and you think, oh, it's a song about suicide, but hearing that it's a song about other people telling somebody to commit suicide, it definitely makes it stick out in your mind. You know,
I think it's along the same lines as Motor.
I'd say it's behind Mota in my opinion.
Okay. Next up is Woobistu.
Vubistu. You know what this one means.
Yeah. So does the
means
people watching the channel. If they watch our videos, subscribe.
Subscribe, hit the button. It means where are you? This is another one of the songs that it won't actively seek out. I think it's a good song, but I won't. Not in my playlist, and I don't plan on adding it to my playlist.
Okay. This is one that I haven't listened to actually, so
Give it a listen, see if you agree with my.
I don't think it's bad. It's not something I'd add to a playlist. It's also not something I'd skip if it came on, or like be mad if it was played.
So
It's interesting because the structure of the song, it feels like, from the minute of it that I've listened to so far, it feels kind of like they were going for a Du Hast version 2, but with like a less heavy tone to it.
Oh, but yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really don't know where I'd put it, to be quite honest with you.
I think probably here is fair. I'm not even Stirbnish or Mir.
Stirb nicht vor mir, don't die before I do. I actually fucking love this song. This is a great song. It's a mixture between like German and English. They also have a featured artist in this one. I can't remember her name. English vocals, Charlie Spiteri.
Never heard of him
They
personally.
told the story of two soulmates being connected to their dreams, and even though they're strangers to each other, living far apart and don't speak the same language, their love transcends all boundaries. So this one actually is a really good love song. The lyrics, especially the English lyrics from Charlene rather, and Till, the way they mix is fucking fantastic. And just for that alone, like the harm, because Till has a very deep, raspy voice. And the contrast between Charlene's much higher voice, much higher
gentler.
octave. I think that harmony is a great mix. So for me, it's a high A tier song.
I think for all you people who are in long distance relationships, just remember that Rammstein's got your back.
A good message. A good message.
I think it's fair to put it there.
Zerstören means destroy. It's a song about destroying everything in his life because he can't be happy or something like that. I'm gonna confirm.
It's a song about, you know, fucking breaking shit. It's because he's not happy.
Yeah, exactly. Or something like that.
I just want to preface, before we finish with this song, my dyslexia has continuously caused me to read the next song's name as MILF here. I know that's not what it is, but...
MILF here. That's me. I'm MILF.
Steen is MILF.
Ich bin MILF.
Ich bin MILF. Ich bin geile Schlampe.
Okay. There you go. So yeah, it's literally a song about a man destroying everything he holds dear in his life. So that's all it's about. This is verse 2. I take your belongings, will reduce them to nothing. Saw dissemble, no asking, smash. And will take a supreme discipline, tearing the head off the doll. Shed, decompose. So it's literally about destroying things. Minus the lyrics, because not even that the lyrics are bad, but you know, the lyrics to this song aren't even the strong suit. The fucking riff to this song is fucking amazing. It's so simple, but when you hear it, it's so goddamn good. I can't even explain it. It's fucking amazing. So for me, it's a low S tier song.
Where do you think?
I think that's fair.
Next one. MILF here. I mean, Hilf Mir.
This is another one of those songs that I'm not a fan of. It's like Moscow. It's not a bad song. I just won't seek it out. For me, I'd put it in the not bad tier.
Next one, another Spanish one. Te quiero puta.
I fucking love this song. So this song is all in Spanish. So I don't understand a fucking lick of it, right? What I do know is that te quiero puta means I love you, bitch.
Steen's favorite
It
phrase.
isn't. Literally, dude. I say it all the time. For me, the riff to the song is so unexpected because it starts slow. It starts with Spanish horn. It starts like a traditional Spanish song,
and then the fucking guitars kick in and it just turns into a Rammstein song that's spoken in Spanish. And these guys speak better Spanish than some people I fucking know. It's the craziest thing ever.
Me when I don't speak Spanish, but I live in a primarily Spanish state.
Sometimes I feel like I'm the only Spanish speaker here, no German speaker here.
Man, you really slipped up on that joke, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Shut up. But for me, I'd say Te Quiero Puta is a low S tier song.
Probably here. Next one translates to fire and water.
Feuer und Wasser. This is another one of those. It's rather unremarkable in my opinion. So I'd put it in the not bad tier.
I've heard it before. I don't really listen to it actively. On the contrast, the next song I actually listen to fairly often, Ein Leid.
I love this song. I think this is such a great slow song. Ein Leid means a song. It is a really great slow song.
It's actually one of their more underrated songs in my opinion.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't think it's like up there with, you know, the likes of Lynx and Mein Haarsprengt and Du Hast and all them, but I think it's a solid A tier probably. I'm just gonna slap it at the top of A tier for now.
Now we're on to Liebe ist für alle da. This is another fucking fantastic album.
And the first song on that album is Rammleid.
Literally means Ram song.
Is it Rammstein's song?
You can't tell, but I'm pogging right now.
He's pogging in real life for this.
I love this song. I think this is such great starter to this album. Starts out slow, but then the moment you actually get into it, the guitars and the drums and everything just fucking take over. It's the most memorable part of the song. For me, I think it's a low S tier song. I'd say behind Engel.
Next up, Ich tu der Way.
It's too deve. Means I hurt you. It's a song about sadomasochism. But you don't know what that means. For all the people at home, if you don't know what that means, it really means sexual mutilation.
It's extreme BDSM.
However, the song is fucking fantastic.
Let the record once again show that Steen is into BDSM.
No, I'm not into BDSM.
He says with the biggest smile on his face.
I say, shoving my gimp suit back into my drawer.
He says, taking the ball out of his mouth.
I'm not. Anyway, it's too Deve. It's about sadomasochism. Overall, fucking fantastic song. You will hear that from me a lot, as you know, throughout this entire video.
Yeah.
I love this band. I love all of their music, almost all, on the exception of some of the stuff down there. So you hear me say I fucking love this song, like, a lot. Keep that in mind. It's too Deve. I love everything about it. Love the lyrics. I love the riff. You already know where it belongs.
I can't put it in the middle of those, so I'll just put it right here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I like the riff. It starts off heavy, it slows down into another build-up, and you can tell that it's going to get heavy again, and then it continues to get heavy and follows that pattern again.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that's fair placement.
Next up, Weidman's Heil.
Weidman's Heil. This one is literally about huntsmen, like hunters. This was actually one of the first ones I heard on Liebe ist für alle da. And one of the first Rammstein songs I added to my playlist when I started listening to them 2 years back. 2 years? Last year. Oh my fucking god. This one will always hold a special place in my ass. I mean, in my heart.
In his cheeks. I mean, his
just right there in between my cheeks. Like hot
his cheeks are
right
actually
there.
holding it in a special place.
Exactly. So for me, I'd say it's a mid S tier song.
I think it belongs next to Asha zu Asha.
Agree with that, yeah.
Haifisch.
Fish. That means shark. The music video to this song describes the song as like Till died and they're trying to figure out who killed him. Essentially, so they're all suspicious of each other.
Among Us?
Among Nuts?
Boom, boom, boom. I can't wait to watch this video later, and like we're talking about these heavy metal songs, and the music's gonna be like.
I think that's probably fair. Anyway, love the riff to the song. I love the lyrics. Yeah, the beginning with the keyboard, the burn, all of that. I think it's fucking amazing. So for me, I think it's a low S tier song, rather high A tier song.
Above Unlive then?
I'd say so anyway.
Okay. The next song is B. Shaped like a penis.
Book Stabu, I think it is.
It's shaped like a penis.
I know which one you're talking about.
Look at it, it's shaped like a peen.
This is another one of those songs that I don't seek out to listen to. So, I mean, it's okay. It's not a bad song. I'd put it in the not bad section.
I find it funny that they tried to censor the name, and in censoring the name, they just made it look like a penis. Fruling in Paris.
Bring in Paris. I should just listen to this song for the first time the other day, and it is a fucking fantastic song. The other day, I mean yesterday, when we were talking about this video.
When we had discussed when we were finally going to make this video after talking about it for probably 6 months now.
Yeah.
Actually, coming up on the 8th month.
Fuck, really?
Yeah, tomorrow's...
Yeah, you are. Holy shit.
We started talking about this way back in January.
Yeah, we did. But yeah, so it's actually this one's actually another one of their slow-ish songs, I guess.
Yeah, I think that makes it fair to be put next to Einlein.
Yeah, agree.
It's another one of their more well-done slow songs, obviously.
Agreed.
I overall don't think their slow songs are their best work, though, personally. I feel like they do their best work when they're just kind of letting loose.
My butt.
Like with what was the one about going back to the beginnings? Kind Lust, I think it was Kind Lust.
Kind Lust.
Yeah, that one was fun just because they were going back to just making music. Personally, next up, Wiener Blut.
Wiener Blut. Yeah.
I love Wiener Hut.
This one, this one means Vienna in blood, like the capital of Austria. I fucking love this song. I think because it starts out slow, like it's just Till singing, then just you hear the guitars kick in, and then he just screams Dunkelheit, and then all the instruments kick in. It's such a fantastic song. So for me, S tier. Probably in front of Engel, to be quite honest with you.
Engel's kind of our. It's kind of like our S tier litmus test. Next up, Pussy.
Pussy. Okay, so I think this is a really good song, and the music video for it is literally just porn. Like it's softcore porn.
Yeah.
It's so much so that you can only find the fucking video on porn sites. But I think the riff and the concert for this, it's literally just a big cannon that sprays foam all over the crowd. Crowd shaped like phallically. Yes. So for me, I think it's a high A tier song. It's above Frühling in Paris.
Okay. Next up, Liebe ist für alle da.
Liebe ist für alle da. Love is there for everyone. It's just that. It's a song saying that love exists for everybody, but he doesn't think it exists for him. It's a rather cynical song when you think about it. This is actually one of their most difficult songs to play on guitar. All that said, I think it's... I don't know, what do you think?
I think it's a fair comparison to put it next to High Fish, honestly.
I think
it's like along the same
it goes
ranks.
Above High Fish.
Mare.
C. This is another one of those that I don't listen to, well, at least not actively, so I'd put it in the not bad tier. It's rather unremarkable, in my opinion.
Next up would be Roter Sand.
Red Sand. I actually haven't listened to this one.
I'm listening to it now. It starts off with whistling.
Right, this would be yours to judge then. Alberta.
Okay, it's more of a slower cinematic song. Another one of those ones that's not bad, but I wouldn't listen to it. Like if there was a little bit more energy and actually some drums to it, because to my so far in my 2.5 minutes of listening to it, there's no drums at all. If it had just a little bit more energy, it would be up there with Einleid and Frühling in Paris, but it's just not something that I would personally listen to. Pure Mish.
Pure Mish. Actually, I haven't listened to this one.
I also haven't listened to this one, so.
Alright, so just right off the rip for the first 30 seconds, big fan. I really like that riff.
I'm already a minute and a half in, and it doesn't. It stays bad, or it stays good.
It's
It stays bad.
so. So I really like this song actually. So I'd say it's a high A tier song.
This might be my first S tier, like, right off rip. Honestly, like the first one that I've listened to for the first time, been like, yeah, that's an S tier. Outside of like Du Hast and Mein Herzbrennt and Links 234, which those three I listened to and just immediately knew they'd be my favorites.
Okay, I can dig it. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I can see it being an S tier.
I think it'd be fair to put it like here. The next song is Donau Kinder.
Donna Kinder, Children of the Danube. This is
listen to
another
this
one of
song?
those that I haven't listened to, to be quite honest with you.
Oh, okay. This is the expanded version of this album. You can tell because the picture is different from the ones that were in this same album. This is one of those ones where I'm like, just how have I not listened to this one?
Actually, I agree. That beginning, that it's super spooky. That beginning.
Yeah, and the drop goes along very well with it. It's very cinematic feeling.
Yeah, I agree. So I'd say this is a high A tier song.
I
In my
agree.
opinion. Oh, fuck.
Alright. Next song is Halt.
If people at home can't figure out what that means, then I don't have any hope for you.
If you can't figure out what that means, I need you to quickly go run towards your nearest military base as fast as you possibly can towards their commanding officer.
In a very aggressive manner, and you will very quickly find out what halt means.
You'll figure it out as soon as possible.
I like this song. I really like the song. It's definitely one of the most underrated songs, in my opinion. Especially on Libras for Alida. So for me, I'd say this is like a mid A tier song.
I think it goes above Loss for me.
The last one for Liebe is for Alida.
Is Lease.
I heard this one. Let me see.
Oh, this sounds similar to one of the previous ones that we hadn't listened. Every time they start off with the whistling, I never know what to expect next, and it still surprises me.
Is it just right off the rip? I'd say that this is probably a B tier song.
Very similar to the song that we ranked a few songs ago, Mish.
Yeah, but not as heavy.
Yeah, just way slower.
It's not a bad song. Just, you know, I'd like it just a little bit more distortion guitar with it. Right, and that's it for Liebe is for Alida. Mainland, I love this song. Music video. The music video for this song is the funniest fucking thing ever because it is a industrial metal song that is filmed like a 1960s beach party.
I forgot. Yeah, I've listened to this song before. It's just been a while.
And even better thing, the music video has boobs.
Yo.
So for me, not because of the boobs, but because of the riff and the music video, a low S tier song.
I think right here is fair. Vergiss uns nicht.
I've never heard that one
this
before.
Yeah, no. Looking it up now.
So what's your verdict?
It's an interesting song so far. I feel like it's still gonna change a little bit here in a second, but it's interesting.
Don't Forget Us is what it
Yeah.
is. What's your verdict?
It's another one of those ones I probably wouldn't listen to, honestly. It's not bad, it's just, like, the energy doesn't match the lyrics, in a sense.
Sure, I can dig that.
The actual, like, instrumental feels like it's going way faster than the lyrics are.
Okay, so where would you place it?
Hold on, I'm reading what it's about, real quick. It says it's about a man and a woman attempting to have a child, but the mother being infertile. Song seems to be from the unusual perspective of the sperm traveling to the egg. Interesting. I mean, it's one of those interesting song concepts that I feel like could have been done better. overall.
I agree. Okay, so not bad tier. Okay, I can dig it. Then we're up to
Personal
Gib
verdict.
mir deinen Augen,
Yes.
which I've shouted at you plenty of times, but for the people at home that don't know, that means give me your eyes.
Give me your deine Augen.
Gib mir deinen Augen. Go. It's been a while since I've actually listened to this song, so I'm gonna have to refresh on what it sounds like.
I'm also refreshing.
So just like right off the rip, the first 30 seconds, I remembered why I like this song so much.
Yeah, it's a pretty good song.
I'd say high A tier.
Yeah, I'd put it above Donna Kinder.
Or
Or
onto the untitled
Rammstein's
one.
next album. The
Untitled.
album named Rammstein.
Exactly. These two are the ones that me and Keith listen to
A lot.
So
We have some
these we will
strong
have
opinions about these songs.
a fucking greed. So
like,
right off the
you
rip,
remember Du Hast and Lynx? These are the kind of opinions you're getting.
exactly. So off the rip, we
Deutschland.
have Deutschland, which, if you don't know what Deutschland means, it means Germany. It's a song about German history. It's being critical of the German history, right? He's saying that he loves his country, but he's always critical of the history, which is how I feel anybody should be, especially when it comes to
Especially about-
patriotism.
Yeah, especially about your own country.
You know, you should be proud of your country, you should love your country, but always be critical of what your country has done.
Yeah, because unless your neighbor is like Russia or something, ultimately the country that's most likely to throw your country into chaos is your own country.
Oh, just with that meaning, the riff to the song, like, holy shit, nobody can write and play a riff like Richard Kusper can. He's fucking amazing on guitar. He's one of the best in my opinion, one of the best guitarists to ever live.
I agree. There's a reason why this song is like up there with its top. I think it's in their top 10 most famous songs of all time.
So for me, this is fucking high A tier. I'm talking like above Du Hast.
You mean S tier?
What did I say? A tier? Yeah,
Yeah.
high S tier, above Du Hast.
I think I like Mein Herz Brennt more, but I do agree it's above Du Hast.
Then
Next
up
up,
next we have
Radio.
Radio. Or radio, rather. Yeah. If you don't know what that means, there really is no hope for you.
This is another phenomenal song.
I feel like this is a song that anybody can relate to because it's about having nothing in life but always having music. You know, and that's how I grew up. I didn't have a whole lot in my life, but I was always listening or had music. You know, I was
Yeah.
always listening to something. And I still am, even today. I'm better now. Like, I have more things now. I'm in a better place now, but I'm always listening to music. It's an escape.
I mean, Steen's even looking into buying his own PC now, and he's probably just going to use it to listen to more music.
That's exactly it. That's literally it. You know, and I feel like at the end of the day, the music is one thing that everybody has that can't be taken from you, you know?
Yeah.
For me, this is above Deutschland. This is also one of my mother's favorites. Like Dish, I know this is your favorite, Keith. So
Like
why don't you go
Dish is
ahead
my
and tell us why? Yeah, so why don't you go ahead and tell us why it's
just
above
so
everything else?
good. The orchestra, the riffs, the guitar, the drums, everything is just so good. The lyrics, oh my god.
It is a fucking phenomenal song, and I agree that it belongs up there above Lynx.
Oh my god, it's so good. Oh, I love. There's some part of me that loves just the orchestra building up at the start so much. Like I don't know what it is about it, but just something about orchestra done well is so good.
I agree. Yeah, it is a phenomenal song, and I think it totally deserves that top spot right now. Anyway, before we get into
Yeah,
Zeit.
there's some better songs in Zeit down here, but we're not quite there yet. All right,
Right,
next
next
up
we
is
have-
Auslander.
Which means Inlander. For me, probably the weakest song on the album, but it's still a really good song. So for me, I'd say that it's like a high A
low
tier.
S, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I definitely
like
say
right
it's.
here.
Yeah, I think that's fair. It's not a bad song. It's just slower than the
Yeah.
others. Not slower, but you know what I'm going for.
There's less going on overall. It's
Yeah.
a much simpler song,
Yeah.
which isn't always bad. It's just sometimes you can
Compared
fill
to
up
the
space a bit
complexity
more.
of like Deutschland and Radio and Zeigdish, it makes it seem lacking when it's not. If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
The next song, is number 69,
In my Songs I Hunt Ass Naked 2 playlist.
which
Sex.
we will link in the description for anybody who wants to listen to these songs.
Sex. This is fucking great song. Literally a fucking great song. It's just about that. It's about sex, you know? But beginning riff, like right when you listen to it, it's like super slow, and then it like the keyboard just drops and the distortion guitars just come in. That reason alone is why it's a fucking mid S tier song for me.
Yeah, it's
And then also the fact that he just shouts sex as the chorus. I mean, say it's behind Mind Tile.
Yeah. Next up,
Puppa. It means doll. It's about childhood trauma and coping. It's about a boy who listens to his sister sell herself off to make ends meet. Super sad song. It's fucking heartbreaking, right?
Yeah, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people could probably relate to in the modern times.
Exactly. You know, and it's such a great thing of like, I say great thing. It's such a good thing that they sing about this kind of stuff, because you know, for normal people like me or you, we don't know what that's like, but for some other people out there, that's a very real reality to them.
And imagine like someone in their school finds out about something like that, then they get bullied endlessly for something that like their family has to do to make ends meet. It's like, it's such a sad situation to be caught in.
Absolutely, and it is such a heartbreaking song. And I mean, hold on, I'll read you the second verse. This is verse 2 of song Puppa. They when they go, and sometimes as couples, the late bird sings as my sister screams. In the sky dark clouds gather. I take my medicine nicely, and I wait here in the down bed till the sun goes down. Like I said, a heartbreaking song. It really is. The fact that they chose to sing about it and do it in such a fantastic way, for me, high S tier. I was just talking to the peoples, and I was saying that Puppa belongs behind Ishville, but in front of Ishtudeve.
It's a very, I've had it on in my headphones while I was in the bathroom, and it's a very emotional. He sings very emotionally.
He really does, but it's a fucking great song, and I love it so much.
Next up, Vasish Liba.
Vasas Liva is the best song on this album. For me, it takes Zygdish over. Like, holy shit. I think this song
it's fair to let you do that. I think that's fair.
It is one of the best songs they've ever written. Because Vasas Liba, for anybody who doesn't know, means what I love. And it's not a song saying what he loves. It's a song saying that all he loves dies. It'll leave him one day, so he doesn't allow himself to feel. I think that's a mindset that a lot of people have, especially when it comes to stuff like that. You know, and it's like, why would I get attached when it's all gonna die anyway? But he does it in such a way that's like not romanticized, but it almost seems like getting something off his chest. And the riff to the song, one of my fucking favorites, especially the chorus. It starts out slow, and then right after when he sings the chorus, everything just kicks in. I think it's a fucking fantastic song, which is why I'd say it's over Zygdish.
Next up is Diamant,
which again, Diamond. It's a love song. He's saying that the song's about the woman he loves. She's like a diamond, beautiful to look at. She's perfect in every way, but she doesn't love him back. So he just wants her to let her go. Wants her to let him go. That's all it is. It's a super simple love song. There's no distortion guitar, which normally would be a gripe for me, but the way this song is written and how it's sung, it's fucking awesome. Such a simple love song.
I think saying normally that no distortion guitar is a gripe for you is an unfair statement, because a lot of the songs we've placed really high up don't have distortion guitar at all.
That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Anyway. For all those reasons, minus the distortion guitar thing, I'd say that Diamant is probably front of Onadish. Still an S tier song. I think it is a better love song than Onadish.
Yeah, that's fair. Next up, Veit Veg.
Veit Veg means far away. It's a song, again, another love song. He's saying that the woman he loves is far away from him, not available to him. I think there's really nothing remarkable about this song, not in a bad way, but comparatively to the other songs, it's just about the same. So for me, I'd say it's a high A tier song. I'd say it's in front of Outlander.
Next up, a pretty good song.
No, I know you love this song, so go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why we used it. in Gears 5 so much. I mean, it got our channel a few copyright claims, but it was worth it. It's basically just a battle theme. I mean, listen to it.
It's literally just a song about tattoos. It's just a song about what tattoos mean to people.
But it's just the riff is just so heavy. And the drums being in rhythm with every hit of the riff just adds that crash energy to it, if that makes any sense. It's very good in my opinion. It's not up there with like Zeigdish or like Vassis Lieb, but it's pretty high up there.
So where would you place it?
I think it's a little bit. I like radio a little bit more, personally.
Sure. Yeah, no, I can dig that.
But just the riff, the drums, the lyrics, they fit together just so well. And even just the instrumental alone, you can just listen to that by itself, and it's great.
I definitely agree.
And I think that's a litmus test for a lot of songs. That's what I strive for in a lot of my beats, is to make it something that you can listen to by itself.
Agreed. My mother always says that if you can take away the lyrics to a song and just have the instruments, and it still has a great melody and harmony, that's a great song, and that's exactly what Tattoo is.
Exactly. Next up on the album would be Hello Man.
Hello Man. I wasn't a big fan of this song at first, but after listening to it a couple of times, it definitely grew on me.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like the feeling that it gives off is it could be in like used pretty well in like a dystopian future movie, if that makes sense.
I'd agree. Yeah. I however
Mad
would
Max
place it
style or
behind.
something.
I'd place it behind Donna Kinda. I think it's a mid A tier song.
I agree.
All right, now the best album to ever get released, album of the fucking year. Right, this album is far and away the best album I've ever listened to.
We've already placed the first song, but the next song,
Namesake.
the Namesake album, or the namesake of the album. Pretty good song.
I think pretty good's an understatement. So, the ties I will have to Zeit forever remain unbroken, because the first time I heard the song was right after my breakup. The way I described it to my mother and to all my friends was, this song was the only song to be able to put into words how I felt. The time they dropped the song, I listened to it, and I remember just fucking crying, you know? I remember crying because it was the only song that put into words how I felt. And then I remember after the song, I thought to myself, fuck, now I gotta listen to the song again, because I was crying the whole goddamn thing, so I didn't even get to listen to the song, you know?
Yeah, I understand. I get that with a lot of songs, honestly.
Exactly. So, for that reason alone, the lyrics, the riff, what they're singing about, how they're singing it, easily takes over Vashes Liebe.
Next up is another pretty good song. Not quite as good as Zeit, but Schwartz, it's a pretty good song.
This one is about, Schwartz means black. It's about a depressed alcoholic who only feels something when he's drinking. Which, you know, especially when it comes to alcoholism, a lot of people can relate to that sort of message. For, you know, people who have experienced alcoholism, recovering alcoholics, people who grew up with that kind of stuff, it's something that's a very real situation for a lot of people. So for me, I think that placement is perfect.
Yeah, I think placing it in there with the tier of incredibly strong message with fantastic music is a perfect placement for it. Next up is Giftige.
Dish, a fucking fantastic song. It means toxic. I like to think that it's about a toxic relationship. Just from the lyrics, like aside from the lyrics, the riff, the mixed with the keyboard, with the bass and the drums, everything about the song instrumentally, perfect.
Yep. Second place, easily.
Easily second place.
And Zigzag is pretty comparable.
Yeah. Zigzag is another social commentary about societal beauty standards, about how people put too much emphasis on them, how you're expected to look. So again, fantastic message. In my opinion, my favorite all-time Rammstein song.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. I think that's top of the list.
I think the next song is up there, but it's not. It's not gonna be like top line S tier. It'll be S tier, but not quite up there, you know.
Okay, or as it's that's shortened down from Own a Condom, which is literally just about unprotected sex. It's a really good song, actually. The riff is fucking amazing. It's almost similar to it's almost like Weidmann's Heil, but without some of the extra notes towards the end of the riff a little bit, if you know what I mean. But for me, I think it's a mid S tier song.
Yeah. I think putting it with Weidmann's Heil is a good placement. I think it's a little bit better, personally.
Then we have Meine Tränen, which means my tears. This one, again, another great song with a great message. It's about toxic masculinity and how it's like how it could be hammered in by the parents, you know. This one is told from the perspective of the son talking about his mother. He was saying that she told him that a man should only cry when his mother dies and that he should never show tears otherwise, and how his mother was abusive. That's definitely a message that can resonate with some people, especially
Very
if
real message.
And it's definitely a slower song than some of the other ones on here, but it's still a fucking fantastic song. So I'd put it like
I think up here with.
I think Schwartz. Yeah, I think that's good. I like that one.
Next up
we
is
have
Angst or Angst.
Yeah. Angst, again, another great song with a great message. It's essentially condemning racism, you know? It's saying that how that sort of behavior can be hammered in, or, you know, like, bred into you when you're young.
Which is not great.
No, it isn't, but it definitely brings attention to the fact that, you know, nobody's born like that. You learn that shit, you know?
Yeah, no, you have to pick it up from somewhere. Kids are so easily influenced by their surroundings that it could even, like, if you have kids, you should even be kind of monitoring what they're watching on YouTube, because some YouTube channels out there are pretty dangerous. Like, people give Markiplier and Jacksepticeye a lot of shit, but they're actually phenomenal YouTubers for kids. They swear, but yeah, everybody here swears. They encourage kids actively not to follow them in that sense, though.
And, you know, maybe even the Vibescast. Hit subscribe. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hit subscribe. Mm-hmm.
So I'd say that Angst belongs up there with, like, Schwartz and Adios and Zvita.
I agree.
And then one of my all-time favorites, Dicka Titten, which, if you don't know what that means, again, Dicka Titten means big tits, big boobs. It's a song about women with big boobs. And that's literally all it's about. It's about a man who doesn't want anything else in a partner other than the fact that she has big boobs. And you know what? I stand behind it 100%. I'd say that one goes behind
it's
Zeit.
It's a joke. It was a joke. It was just because it would be funny. Next up, I know you love this song, Logan.
I love this song. Logan, or Lies, it's such a fantastic song. It's a slower song, but he starts singing about all the things he does in life, all the things he loves, and then he starts saying that all he does is lies. Oh, everything he does is lie to people. So much to the fact that he doesn't even believe himself anymore. And a lot of people were kind of taken aback from this at first, but it's what makes the song so great. The use of the auto-tune in this song as like a hammer to drive in the fact that he's lying, you know?
Like he's putting on a mask to hide. Like literally, your auto-tuning is putting on a mask to put out a better version of yourself.
Exactly.
So
it's so on the head. So for me, Logan, it's a masterpiece. It's art. So I think it goes in front of Dicka Titten, behind Zeit.
Okay. And the final song for this tier list our final sad conclusion is adieu.
Which is just that, it's saying goodbye. I don't think it's a final album, but it definitely is a sad song. He's saying goodbye to everybody, you know?
Yeah, it's not their final album for sure.
Hope not.
They would have said something about that by now.
For me, I love this song, but I think it kind of belongs with, like, not the messages, but with, like, you know, Mind Tie on Sex. It's a heavy song, but I don't think it carries the same weight as some of the others. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for it.
Just like that. There's our Rammstein tier list. Alright, so that's our Rammstein tier list.
I said we'd make changes at the end, but honestly, I think this is good.
If you guys have anything that you would change, fucking let us know. I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna link this in the description. Yeah, I mean, follow us on Instagram, send us your lists.
that, we thank you guys for this 2 hours.
Yeah. Actually, we're pulling up on our 3rd hour.
Shit. Probably have to be multiple parts.
No.
Upload it all in one.
Yeah, I refuse to do multiple parts.
You know what? That's fair. I can't even fault you. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, dick shits.